Alright y'all, the shoe we're talking about today over my right shoulder here is very similar to one of the two shoes over my left shoulder here. It's actually similar to both, but one of them almost the exact same shoe. Does that make me a madman for wanting to go through the same process all over again? Maybe so, but it is what it is. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. My name is Jalik from WearTesters.com, and this is the third iteration of the laceless, wireless, ratchetless, no strings attached performance basketball model from Adidas. This is the next level Futurenatural. Now, can you guess by the name which shoe I was talking about when I said it's almost the exact same shoe? If you guessed the Harden Volume 5 Futurenatural, you are correct. I don't even know where to start with these things, man. These things take almost everything from the Harden Volume 5. I'm talking the similarities in the traction patterns to the drop-in midsole. Obviously, the quote-unquote Futurenatural build that they use. Even those hefty Achilles notches. I mean, check this out. There's just so much going on from the Harden Volume 5 with these, so regardless of how you feel with them, I'm not gonna spoil my thoughts on the Adidas Harden Volume 5 yet, but these things have a lot, and I mean a lot of the same features. Now, the one feature they for sure didn't take from the Harden Volume 5 is the laces. That is what makes the next level the next level. That was the case with the original and also the 2021, which is one of the shoes that I have back here. Possibly an even bigger issue that I have on top of making this very similar to another shoe that's already out on the market. I get they were working on them around the same time and everything, but Harden Volume 5 with laces retails for $130. Next level Futurenatural without laces retails for $180. So we're talking about almost all the same stuff minus the laces and $50 more. Inconceivable. Fortunately, I was able to grab these while they were on sale or while I could use a promo code on them. And I'll admit there's some things that were done slightly different on these. They tweaked them just a bit where I feel like you get a little bit more out of this than you would get in the Adidas Harden Volume 5. Still not sure if it's worth $50 more. Let me take that back. It's not that I'm not sure. It's not worth $50 more. But if we're taking price out of the equation, then I do think that these do have the potential to perform a little bit better than the Harden Volume 5. At this point, it's just a matter of how much better. Hopefully we can get around to in a performance review sometime in the future. Futurenatural. Let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with the outsole, we do have that grid nutter butter pattern, whatever you want to call it, very similar to the Harden Volume 5. At a quick glance, you would think it's the exact same pattern, but it is different a little bit. If anything, I say you have a little bit of extra coverage up here around the ball of the foot area, but other than that, very, very similar. The compound and everything seems pretty much online with that, so if you have played in the Harden Volume 5, whatever experience you are getting from that, I would expect it's going to be a similar experience in these, but then again, I could be wrong. We'll just have to see how things go. Moving on up to the cushion, we do have the same boost and light strike drop-in midsole as what is on the Adidas Harden Volume 5. One of the interesting things about this midsole, this is not related to cushion so much, but I wanted to go ahead and show you while I have both drop-ins out of the shoes. This one is from the next level Futurenatural, and it was a bitch to get out. Y'all know how I like to do all that finger snapping and intros and at the end of videos. Well, I almost snapped the finger off, maybe a couple, trying to get this out of the shoe. On this end, I have the Adidas Harden Volume 5 Futurenatural boost drop-in. And as you can see, for the most part, everything is the same on these. However, if I flip it around, you'll notice that there's an extra sidewall on the back half of the drop-in here. My assumption is because the next level is a laceless shoe, they just wanted to add a little bit of reinforcement. However, I'm not sure how much it's really gonna provide. This stuff is super pliable as is. It just feels like an extra strip of foam with some vinyl or something over the top of it. So I don't know how much of a difference it's really gonna make, but you could consider it of Adidas to add that in onto the laceless shoe. So again, next level Futurenatural, Adidas Harden Volume 5. You actually only have 2 flex points, I guess you could call them, on the 4-foot sidewall piece here on the next level. Harden Volume 5 actually has 3 flex points. Again, I don't know how much of a difference that's gonna make. If I'm being honest, the next level is already a little bit more flexible than the Harden Volume 5, so I guess it doesn't do too much. One of the things that I don't like so much about this, I don't feel it on foot or anything so far, but I noticed when you flex this one, it's almost like it's missing that extra flex point right there in the middle. So it just kind of bows out, which again, I don't feel it. It bows outwards, so that's a good thing. And that's kind of how the shoe does itself at the flex point too. It bows outwards, so you don't really get any hot spots or anything so far, or so far in my experience, I should say. And then on the bottom of those drop-ins, you do have the same torsional support, so that is there. But back to the cushion itself, I wouldn't say it's the most amazing experience underfoot. I can feel the boost underfoot, but it is a thin layer of boost. The light strike is such a thick midsole that I don't want to say it's stiff. The foam itself isn't stiff, but just from the fact that it's housed within a shoe that's meant to contain everything, it's just not the smoothest. I do feel like there's good impact protection from my experience in the Volume 5, so I'm personally not too worried about that, but it might not be for everybody. Now the materials on the Next Level Futurenatural are where things are a little bit more differentiated and where I feel like they improved upon the Futurenatural theme process that they put behind the Harden. Because it is a Futurenatural shoe, it does have some of that plastic kind of forged into the upper. You do also have fuse running around the toe of the shoe for durability and extra wear. It does seem like they thinned it out just a slight bit around the entire shoe, and especially around the toe area where that fuse is, so it's not as noticeable on foot as it is in the Harden Volume 5, so I definitely appreciate that. And then for the main build of materials, things are just a lot different there. So if anything, this one is kind of the opposite. The bottom layer of textile is a little bit more structured. I wouldn't call it stiff though, it's just thicker and more supportive. And then they actually reinforce it a little bit with these little orange strips that you see here. That's just basically a fuse along the forefoot, so you're gonna get some support and containment out of that without it like flexing too badly across your foot. Everything just moves much more nicely with it. And then for the top layer, the knit, that's actually where things get pretty stretchy and flexible with the shoe, even though it doesn't look like it. So this stuff just moves great with the foot. Now for fit on the shoes, I would recommend going down a half size. That is what I did in these. This is the first Next Level pair that I've gone down a half size in. It seems like it's the best fit that I'm gonna get out of the shoe, so that's what I would recommend, a half size down, potentially true size for wide footers. If you happen to be near a Dick's Sporting Goods or a Finish Line that actually happens to be open and you are able to make it into, I would definitely recommend you try the shoe on if they have it in stock. And then support on the shoe does seem on point. Most of the lockdown on the Next Level series comes from this elastic band that they have wrapping around the foot. It's still kind of weird how it works for the entire shoe, but the main aspect of lockdown is an elastic band. In the Next Level Futurenatural, it's actually settled in between these two layers of prominence, so I could literally just reach in there and pull it out for you guys.
That's what she said.
And that's where your lockdown comes from in the shoe. And then again, you do have those sidewall pieces on the drop-in midsole, along with that plastic that's fused into the upper that goes along the side. The base is nice and wide. It's also pretty flat, so I think stability, everything is gonna be fine in these. And overall, I think these just are an interesting shoe. I gave them a lot of when I first saw them, honestly, just because they took so much from the Volume 5 that kind of threw me off a little bit, but wanted to try them out anyway, and I'm kind of glad that I did get them in hand to show you guys. But that's about gonna wrap it up for the Adidas Next Level Futurenatural. Again, these guys retail for $180. Link will be down in the description if you are interested in checking them out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm always thankful for you guys' support of the WearTesters channel. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope y'all take care of yourselves, take care of one another. Until the next one, Leak out.